Hello, hello. Okay, just getting everything set up and should be getting started soon. Today we're going to keep rebuilding this game because it's super broken. I don't know why. Alright, let me turn off my echo and then put on some music and we'll get this show going. So, let's play this. Alright, I think I have everything up and running. And, alright, so last night and this morning I made a new build of Pixel Vision 8, trying to fix some bugs that I found on yesterday's stream and during Ludum Dare. Hopefully this build will be a little bit more stable. What we should do before anything is let's compress this, and we're going to call this new V1. I just want to back it up. All right, so now what we should be able to do in the game creator is I now added all these things and a flag mask, and we can tell whether a sprite should be unique or not, and blah, 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 blah. All right, so that seems to be holding up fine. The tile map stuff, I noticed some interesting bugs with tile map yesterday that was sort of frustrating me. So I went ahead and I just want to test this out real quick to see if this works. But I went ahead, what I was noticing yesterday is that if you created a tile, if you created a tile map and the background was transparent, oh son of a, and the background was transparent, and for some reason if it cropped it, it wouldn't, all of the pixel data would get corrupted. But it looks like I fixed that problem. All right, so this build should be a little bit better. All right, so where we left off yesterday was I was working on getting this random map generator stuff working. Let's run this and actually okay, come on, mouse. I hate when it does this. Where do we leave off? So we're still working on the random map generation stuff. I don't have a lot of time this morning to stream. I probably have like 2 hours or so to stream because I have an early meeting. So we're going to see how far we can get. Also, it's like hot in my office. It's a weird time of the year in New York where we don't turn on the air conditionings and we don't have the heat on, and then I just sort of swelter in my office because of all the computers that are running, generate a considerable amount of heat. All right, so I just want to refresh my memory of what I was building yesterday. I think I fixed all of the bugs with the tile map generator. What I wanted to do next was come up with a way of defining the templates. I also wanted to rename this to code endless map whatever. All right, we can always rename that later. All right, so what's next on my list to do is we just need to define the other templates. And what I sort of wanted to do is I'm sort of debating, do I create them by hand, or do I think I should just create them by hand. What I'm trying to do is make the code a little bit more generic. So like if I wanted to do different size templates and stuff like that, or like transition pieces, I could stitch them all together. What I'd like to do today, so the end result of today's work is going to be, we're going to define all these templates, and then the next thing we're going to do is the last thing we're going to do is we're going to create a code that automatically stitches them together instead of me having to do it by hand, because that was sort of a pain in the butt. I'm going to create a new, let's create a new file here, and we're going to call this code map templates. And code map, I can't spell, templates. And here we're going to create a new variable. We're going to make this global. And we're just going to call this map templates. And where we were looking at templates, we're going to call this map templates and replace it. And then the only other thing we need to do now is load in code map templates. And I'm gonna rename this. It's like the name is too long. Let's just rename this to map generator. And I'm gonna have to rename this in the code here. So code map generator. There we go. All right. So if I rerun this, it should still work exactly how it did before. Great. All right. Perfect. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to create a new method here. And we're going to call this stitch map stitch templates together. And what we're going to do is we're going to have to basically go through. Oh, how do we even want to do this? This is going to be a challenging one. All right, so let's just map out how we do this. This is usually how I code a lot. Is I'll do like some like comments just to figure this out. So to do the first step we need to do is create a table for template types. To do look at each template and assign a type. Push types into table, and then we'll go from there. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're going to look at the beginning of the template and the end of the template, and we're going to give them two unique names. And I don't know exactly yet how I want to do this, but what I'm thinking is let's go through. I'm going to define all the templates, and we'll then go through and try to figure out how to actually separate them out. So what I'm looking for is pre-L Ludum Dare. I want do I not have like a backup of this? It's got to be in here. Ludum Dare sandbox map buffer. All right, so these are all the templates. I'm just gonna pull out all this data, and then I'll just delete the stuff that we don't need. Because right now, if I come back here into, whoops, let's delete. Let's close this. So I'm gonna have to redo all of this. I might just do this by hand because it's just going to be easier. All right, fine. I'm going to redo these by hand. And let's get rid of next. Well, all right. Let's think through how we would do this. All right. One way that we could do it, in all honesty, is we can let's just set this up by hand first, and then we'll figure out how to automate it with code. So the next template is going to be 168 by 144. So let's do this. We'll have template 2. 168 column 168 divided by 8. It's going to be 21, 18, and we're going to say that either one of these templates basically work together. So let's hit play, and I think it's hard-coded, so right now it's only returning template 1. So what I want to do is we'll go back to this. Next template. All right, here we go. All right, so it's adding the bottom and the top. These two don't actually go together correctly. So let's add some more map templates that actually make sense. And then what we're going to do is we're going to remove the code that generates them, and we'll have it automatically do it together. All right, so this is 336. So 336 divided by 8 is 42. And let's duplicate this. 342. All right, and what I want to see here is that 504 divided by 8 is 63. Okay, so basically what's going to happen here is that template 1 can go to template 2 or template 4. Go to template 1, template 2, or template 4. Template 2 can only go to template 3. Template 3 can go to template 1, 2, or 4. And template 4 can go to 1, 2, and 4. All right, so that should give us enough variation right now. Let's set this to 100. All right, so for the most part, this appears to be working fine. What I want to do now is we're going to get rid of this next, and we're going to assign each of these sort of a template ID. So local templates. Local template, let's see, next. How do I want to do this? What I want to do is go through and take a look at all of these tiles, and I got to figure out in Lua how to do a Chrome. Lua table index of value. Returning the index of a value in a Lua table. There's no way to do that without iteration. If you find yourself needing to do this frequently, consider building an inverse index. Man, I hate Lua. Like, I just hate it. It's like such a really crappy language. I mean, the only redeeming part about Lua is the fact that it's like you can script with it easily. But other than that, like the language, the syntax, the structure of it is just terrible. I mean, I should just like, if it wasn't for the fact that I need to test out the game creator, I probably wouldn't even be doing this in Lua. I mean, my hope is to eventually just write this and then rewrite it in C#. All right, let's do this. What we're going to do is we're going to call stitch templates together. So as soon as we get started here, we're going to call stitch templates together. And this is going to go through all the templates and create matches. And the way we will do this is through a lot of silly loops, which kind of stinks. So what we're going to do is we'll call local template types. All right, let's just start with template types for a second. What I'm thinking is we'll just do this. Template types equals, we'll just clear this table. Well, actually, it's already cleared. All right, we're going to get the local total equals map templates, right? Is that what we call this thing? Map templates, right? And then we're going to do for I total we're going to go through each one of the templates and we're going to assign it a type. And the way we're going to do this is by first local template equals map templates I. Next, we're going to need to go through and iterate through. We're going to create two things. We're going to do local start ID equals nil, local end. Well, actually, it should be a string start end ID equals string. So then what I want to do is for j, and we're going to iterate through the beginning and the end columns at the same time. So we're going to do a template size is going to be the height, right? So we're going to loop through the height of the template. And we're going to start by local tile A equals tile. And we're going to have to take the, it's basically just like how we loop through this here. What we're going to do is get we'll take the templates column, and then we're going to do the template row plus Plus, it should be, how do we set this up? It should be the template row plus I. And tile B is basically going to be tile C plus template size W, and then the same iteration. So what we're doing is we're getting the first tile in the template and the last tile in the template, and we're going to, as we go through and iterate, we're basically going to do start ID equals start ID plus tile A. And then this will be end ID equals end ID plus tile B. And when we're done, I'm going to output, so we'll do print template I. Oh, whoops, this should be J, by the way. JJ. Sprite ID. Sprite ID. And we're going to do the start ID and the end ID. All right, so that should be the beginning of something. Let's go to terminal and we'll tail the log text. And let's try to rerun this and see if it outputs all the templates. Nope, it didn't like that. 78. Tile map generator 78. 4J template size. Height. Height. All right, so let's see what this outputted. So this is going to output a unique number, right? And what we're looking to make sure is that where the template starts, so this should be 46. You can already see that basically since this number and this number are the same, or actually what we're looking for is that, where this ends, you would be able to 96, 96, 90. That's kind of strange that it's doing 96. What's going on here? Let's take a look at our first template and look at the first sprite, which is 466. All right, 466, and then it's 969. So 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96 to the last one will be 494, 96. All right, so what I just got to do is set this to 0 and height -1. And now that will give us the correct loop. It's the 0 index based garbage in Lua. It drives me crazy. All right, so now if we take a look at the tile map, it should start right here, which is 450. Then it's 466, and then 96, 96, 466, 96. All right, perfect. All right, so now what we're going to do is So now what I got to try to figure out is what we really care about is how a template starts and how a template ends. Because what we'll do is I think I'm going to make two arrays here. One is going to be template start IDs, template end IDs. And what we'll do is I was just looking to make sure I got my calendar correct. What we're going to do is we're going to push this template ID into the start IDs. So we'll do this basically. At the end, what we're going to do is see if start, and this actually needs to be here. No, I lied. It's going to be in here. Yeah, it's in the right place. Let me see. Something. Sorry, I just got a text I got to deal with. All right, so if start. All right, so what we're going to look for is we're going to see if template start IDs. If template start IDs ID start ID equals nil, then end. We're going to create a new table here. And then next up, what we're going to do is sorry, I get like a bunch of messages coming in all of a sudden. Wonder why. Looks like I was talking to myself today. I was just double checking to see if Twitch is actually running. All right, it's running. I guess I'm just talking to myself. All right. Slow day for me today. It's also earlier than I normally start streaming. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create this table, and then we're going to basically do table insert I, which is just the ID, and we will do this. All right, and now we need to do the same thing. So save template. Save templates start IDs. And then save templates end ID. All right, so I'm going to run this real quick, just make sure it doesn't like blow up. All right, so good. It's still working. I'm not breaking this up into mini tasks. We're just going to create random gen code. All right, so we're getting very close. So now the goal is, now theoretically what's supposed to happen is these things are being saved out correctly. right? So we're seeing like, all right, so this is a start position. When this ends, we can, the way that this ends, why does it end like that? Something's wrong here. We're off by 1. This will go through the templates correctly. What we want to do is template width -1. There we go. All right, so now what we can do is now we can say, all right, when a template is over, we look at how it ended, and we now look for anything in the start, anything that starts with the same position. Oh, this is going to be great. I hope someone's watching because this is going to be a really cool little map generator. All right. Let's see. So, what we got to do right now is, all right, so the next plan is this. We're going to come up here and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this as the first, I don't know. When I write the tutorial, I'll do this. I'll have to do this a little cleaner. But basically what we're going to do is what we need to do is find the next template. So right now, if I just made this a table of 1, what's going to happen is it should only it'll only just show the first template, right? Okay, perfect. All right, this is going to be fine. What we're going to do is this. We're going to create a function find next template. All right, so what we do is here we're going to have this next templates. We're going to replace all of this with one method call, current template equals find next template. And we'll pass in the current template as the reference. And we're going to pull this out, and what we'll do is we're going to look at this template's ID and find where its next thing is. So here, so right now it would be something like this. We would just look at this template's next list and see what actually works. And I finished, took a shower and randomly hit Twitch out to see some devs. I found you and you seem to be talented. Let's see this map generator. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I feel like I have some talent. I don't know. My Lunadari entry is like a hot mess. So we'll see how this works. I'm trying to rebuild my Lunadari stuff from scratch. Map generator line 20. All right, so we need to return this ID. So here, all we're going to do is return next template. And the next step is we're going to say is, all right, so whenever we go to find the next template, right now we have this hard-coded with each ones that are next. We will we'll replace this with a new logic that automatically stitches the template pieces together. So right now, this is just going to go through and, did I have this hard? hard-coded? That was weird. Why is it all right, there we go. It's randomly generating. All right, perfect. All right, so now what we need to do is get the tile map to... We now need to save the start and end ID back onto the template itself. This way we're able to see it. So let's take our current template and we're going to do start ID, template, end ID. And here we'll just use template, 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 and template. All right. I'm just going to do this slowly, piece by piece, to make sure I don't really break anything serious. But right now, everything seems to be working. And what we're doing is we're calculating out these template IDs. I don't know why this is... Hold on. I screwed this up. See, this is why we do it slowly. What we're going to do is the end here... Yeah, that's what we want to do. All right, we just won't reset this every time. All right, so at the beginning, when we go to a template, we're going to pull a template out. We're going to give it an empty start ID and an empty end ID. Then we're going to go through the tiles on the left and the right-hand side. We're going to get each of the IDs and concatenate them into a string. And then we will have the beginning and the end IDs. And then as we go through here, at the end, we'll push them into an array. So we could say, okay, this template ended. Here's the ending value. Show me all of the starting values of templates that have the same number. All right, so let's rerun this. And our ID should be fixed or broken. Tile map generator line 90. Bar? There we go. Not very good. All right, so everything's working again. All right, so now the next thing, all we need to do now is basically say, all right, we'll just try this out just to make sure this works, but we're going to find, we're going to take the current template. We're going to say print next template. And we'll put the end ID here so that we make sure that we're looking for the end ID. And let's run this now, and we'll see that as every template ends, we'll see the new ending IDs. All right. So that's working. Now what we got to do is cross-reference this. So the next template is going to be the, what did I call this? Start IDs. I'm going to get rid of one template real quick because I know this template's going to break. So let's just get rid of this one. It doesn't end the same way. That's actually going to be the problem. Just thinking through it. This template doesn't end. It doesn't end with the same... All right, that's the flaw in the system. But what's going to happen is we're going to wind up in a loop where we can only... This template can only end with this template. Just like this one won't start correctly. That stinks. I can come up with a way of fixing this. What we might do is I might just extend out each of the templates and give it like a beginning and an end that's not part of the design, and then we'll just understand that we'll crop that out. This was almost a good idea. Just thinking through how I screwed this up. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the. I mean, we'll do it. We'll do it right now, and we'll see with these 3 templates that it works. Like these 3 should, all 3 of these should work together. And then we'll kind of come up. We have to come up with another system for this, or at least we have to come up with a way for it to not end. I mean, I think like I could like ignore certain tiles, but then that becomes really complicated. I could do it with collision flags. If I did it with collision flags, that would probably work. The pity of being a dev and starting something, and on the end, you can't even do what you want, even with a great thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's fine. I always figure this out. If anything, I mean, I can always just. This is like a nice little, a nice thing that I want to have, but I don't actually have to. I don't have to have it automatically stitch this stuff together. I just thought that'd be kind of cool to show an example of how to do that versus like doing it all by hand, which is always annoying. So if we find the next template, let's just see if we can get this to work. What we're going to do is we need to look at the start IDs. And this is going to be start IDs will equal the end ID. And let's see if this works. Nope. An attempt to index a nil value on 45. Yeah, okay. Here, what we need to do is let's move these guys up here. 52. Template start IDs, map template ID, end ID, next templates. We'll have a little failsafe here. So by default, it'll just give you the first one, but it's not even getting that far. 50. Unexpected symbol. Lua. All right, so now what's just going to happen is it's just going to keep throwing this error. What I want to see is start templates. Why isn't this working? These are our ends. Sorry, these are our ends. Our end needs to match our start. $45, $14. Let's take a look at what's going on under the hood here. So this is 541, 467, 469. Right, because it's a different. All right, we have to use the collision flags. This is the problem. So I'm gonna have to create some custom flags that basically show you the end of the tile map, and then we can sort of piece it together from there. So All right, let's. I gotta do this in Photoshop real quick because it's gonna be too hard to do in the tile map. Well, I can do this in tiled. Let's do it in tiled, and let's see if we can create a new thing. I'm gonna let's open up tiled. Oh, you know what I didn't test out correctly? Let me delete this real quick. Open up tiled. This is my sandbox. No, I need to go to workspace. Workspace, sandbox. Right, I don't have a tile map here. Okay, so we're going to compress the existing tile map and generate out a new tile map in the workspace, sandbox, tile map, and open it up. And what I need to do is I'm probably just going to let's delete all this stuff. Wrong one, wrong layer. All right, and then on the flags, we're going to repaint the flags. What I'm going to do is we're going to paint. Whoops. What we just have to make sure is that we're going to only look for solid flags so that they stitch up correctly. So if we just mask off the areas that are solid, which will be flag ID 0, that will ensure that we are only stitching together the right IDs. So let's save this out, and now I'm going to reload the tile map, and let's just make sure that, oh wait. Yeah, this is going to work a lot better. All right, we're going to get there. All right, we'll reload this, and now let's take a look at our flags and just make sure that they're loading correctly. Perfect. So this one might be a problem. We might have to add one collision there to even it out, because it won't know that this needs to start here. Basically what's happening is I'm going to need to I don't think I can have it end like this unless I move this. I'd have to shift all this over one. All right, we're going to take a look. We'll figure out how this works. Let's see. My gut's already telling me that it's not going to work. But if anything, what we'll do is this one will match up to this. Yeah, let's just fix this while we can. What I think we need to do is just paste this here, and then we'll move that over by one. We'll erase this, and in the flags, what we're going to get is this will be empty, this will be solid, this will be solid, and where we have this ends, this one matches up, and then this and this will match up to the beginning of this or this, and these three should now work together correctly. All right, so let's save this out, and now what we're going to look for is when we go through and index these, we're actually going to pull out, we're going to look for the flag ID. What I can't remember though is when we look for the tile, does it return? Is it flag or is it called flag? I think it's just called flag. I don't remember my own framework's nomenclature at this point. There we go. Perfect. All right, so all we're going to look for is if it equals, if it's, all right, let's come back in here. We need to do one last thing. There might be other collision stuff around. We don't really care about that. We're only trying to match up a solid tile to a solid tile. So what we're going to do here is if A is not equal to negative to 0, then end tile A equals -1. And we'll do the same thing here. Only, oops. Actually, what we could just do is if it's greater than 0, because -1, we don't need to redo this. All right, so what we're going to do is get the start tile. Only look for solid flags. We'll do the same thing here. And then now, if we rerun this, we should get clean templates. So now 0, 0 ending in 1, 0 is all of these. And this one ends here with, this one starts with -1, 1, 1, 1, -1, 1, and that would be that one right there. Look at this. All right, I think this is going to work now. There we go. Look at that. Boom. The platforms work. It's switching between them, and now it's looking at the correct part of the template. Cool. So now all we got to do is fill in the rest of the gaps. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for all the tile maps, because I think this is like, it's going to be too hard to like do all this by like just activating one template and two templates. What I want to do is I'm just going to activate all of them. And we'll see how this works. All right, so luckily I don't test for the ceiling. I'm just doing this for consistency. But all right, I'm actually kind of happy that this works. And now I don't have to deal with building all this stuff by hand. So if you're just tuning in, I basically just created a random map generator, which I had already in my Lunandari game. All I did was instead of having to manually connect each of these templates together, I'm now using the flag. Hold on, there's some problems here. That's not. This isn't. Why can't I? Oh, crap. I don't want to do that there. Shit. What I'm trying to do now is just I gotta fix the templates so that they work. I don't know why this one's screwed up. I'm just trying to figure out. All right, I think that's fine. I think I can. I think the furthest you can jump is 4 tiles, or 7 apparently. So all right. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I can always go through. The whole point of setting this up the way that I am is that I can just add as many templates as I want. I can go through and clean up these templates and create whatever templates I want, and I'll go through and clean this up a little bit more later anyways. I was pretty limited during Ludum Dare again. I thought I'd have enough time to get all this done. This was a tough one because I picked a pretty ambitious game to build, and I was home. And normally when I do Ludum Dare, if I'm like being serious about it, I usually travel, or I'll go to like Seattle for the week for work, and then I can sit in my hotel and sort of focus over the weekend. This time I stayed home, which my family appreciated, but it made it very difficult to actually get anything done. They tried. My wife was really good about it this year. This time, she like really helped me, like gave me time to like work on it. I just came back from a like week and a half trip from Europe. So then to ask like, hey, by the way, can I also like spend the weekend making a game in my office? That went over like, I thought that wouldn't go over very well, but she sort of knows at this point that I take this stuff kind of seriously. All right, let's just clean up some of these tiles that are missing. All right, I think that will finalize the templates the way that they need to be. I'm just making sure there's nothing peeking through that I missed. All right, cool. So we'll reload this up, and I just want to check out that the flags are all being saved correctly inside of the tile map editor, which they are. Tile's a lot easier to use than my tile map editor. Eventually mine will get there, but right now it's just there really more for, these tools are really there for debugging. They're not really there for creating, which is different than most of the other fantasy consoles out there. All right, this looks good. What I want to do now is I want to create all the different templates. And I need to get rid of next because we don't use that anymore. Four, 5. All right, so now I just got to go through and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 672. Calculator. 672 divided by 8. 84. Template 6 is 480 divided by 8 is 105. Seven is going to be 1008, 126, 126, 1008, then 1170, 1176. 1176, 8, 1176 divided by 8 is 147. All right, and then all I got to do now is just copy all of these and then move them down to 264. 264 divided by 8 is 33. So let's copy all of these. What was it, 33? 9, 10, 33, 11, 33, 12, 33, 13, 33, 14, 33, which of course I hit copy like an idiot, 14, 15, and 16. All right, so I could have done this all with math, but the reason I'm doing this is that I might want to have templates that are really small, and these shorter templates would allow you to do like a room transition or something from like one section to another. So let's say you did like a more complicated section and you wanted to link it together without having to like create a whole like big wide template. We could do sort of variations. All right, let's see here. So I'm just going to run it, and it doesn't work. Bar? Kind of curious why it's not working. Interesting. That was a good one. There's something going on here where it's not... Right there. It's, there's something wrong with the renderer. I could see it right here. Oops, hold on. Ugh. There's something here where it's right there. It's overlapping here, and it's not drawing. It's missing a row of 8 tiles. It's overlaying it on top of this, and it should end the template correctly. All right, well, we got some bugs. All right, so there's seems to be 2 sets of bugs that I got to figure out right now. 1, why the overlap happens, and 2, why it's not matching them up correctly. Like, for the most part, this looks right. What I want to see is if there's a specific template that isn't matched up correctly. Like that one. That one. All right, let's start with... The end should match up with the beginning. And it seems like when it doesn't match up, it all right, what we got to do is we just got to go through each of these templates by hand and just make sure that the IDs are being generated out correctly. So let's start with one that didn't look right here, which is this one. So this is template. Well, actually, I think there's probably... Let's take a look at this template real quick. So this should be... where are we? 672 calculator. 672 divided by 8 is 84. It should just be, I can find it easier this way. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Template 5. All right, so what I want to look for here is template 5, and just make sure that this is done right. So this is 0, 0, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, 0. Then this should be 0, or this should be negative 1. No, wait, where it ends is going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? So this should only match up with I wonder how we can get this to force it. Let's end this Pomodoro and all right, that was weird. My whole computer locked up for a second there. Let's look at these screenshots and see which templates are not matching up correctly. So, where is the template that has this gap? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So template 12. One, two, so this should be 0, 0. 1. All right, so something isn't being calculated correctly for this because the end should be 1. Oh, I know what it is. It's right. That's because it's up here. So it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. What I think I'm going to do is I might change the way that we build these IDs out. And what we might just do is this. If it's -1 and make that 1 or 0. All right, let's see if this cleans up the template generation stuff. So now the templates will look a little bit cleaner. I'm trying to get rid of the -1, but I don't think that really has much to do with it. What I need to figure out is, let's just add another trace in here, just so that when we go to generate find next template, we'll just do print current template, next template, template end, and then what we'll do is next template local, or what we'll do is local let's print next option equals next templates I, and do a for I next templates. We'll just loop through this and see what our options are here. All right, so let's stop right there. So the current template is 5. It ended here, and what I want to see is which one these are the next options. So template 5, hey, actually, we can do this now. We can open up our PSD from the other day. Open recent tile map matrix. And template 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the options for template 5 are 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, all right, what we need to also trace out now is local next template ID equals and we'll just do print selected next template ID. So I just need to get a clear picture as to why something is why it's messing up like this. So let's stop right there. 6. So we are at template 1, and when I look at template 1, 6 shouldn't be an option. It should be 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. So 6 and 8 shouldn't be there, and I have a feeling that's because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 needs to be moved in. Because it has that gap. All right, so that'll fix that. Anywhere, all right, so there are some errors that I'm seeing that are, if a tile map starts with an edge, it needs to be recessed by 1. So that'll fix this template. All right, let's save that and see how this works. There we go. All right, so we had template 5 and it shows 11. So if we look at our matrix here, template 5 and it shows 11. I wonder if template 5 and template 11. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I should actually like take a screenshot of it. All right, let's see here. We go from 8 to 9. Now, I don't know why that would match together. So let's take a look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I need to, we're going to do something else here real quick. Let's go ahead and add in, I did this earlier, but we'll, whoops. 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5. This will just help me at least find which template I'm looking at. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You shouldn't see these numbers. So 13, 14, and then 15 and 16. 15 and 16. All right. So I just want to rerun this and make sure that we don't see those numbers. Nope. Something's it's copying too much pixel data. All right, well that was a good, that helps at least something. Why is it drawing so much? Height is 14. Calculator divided by 8, 14. Well, that should be happening. Nine. Huh. I wonder if I need to just lower, make the height 13. Well, they got rid of the top number. So confused. So many little bugs. This shouldn't be this complicated to build. Like in my head, it seems clear. All right, so what bugs do we want to work on first? I think we got to figure out why they're not indexing correctly. I think this has a lot to do with the fact that I'm just not selecting the right amount of pixel data. So let's take a step back for a second here. My software doesn't work and I don't know why. My software works and I don't know why. Yeah, I never know what's going on. I mean, this stuff is like really hard to debug. So Um, well, what we could do is this. Let's just take a quick... what I'm going to do is... I just want to see real quick here... Let's just see. Well, I can just do this with I can just do this with template one. I don't need to do this everywhere. Let's put a little bit of color at the top and the bottom, and I'm gonna force the next. I'll force the update map buffer find next template to always be 1. And let's just restart this and just take a look at what it's copying. So it looks like it's copying... Looks like it's copying the top of another tile. 1, 2... But why would that be up there? Destination offset row 1, row 2. I think I know what the problem is. The problem is that on the tile map, I moved all this down in the PSD, but I didn't. It needs to, all this stuff, this is too, this needs to be 19. It needs to be moved down. It's just copying a little bit of the bottom. That's because if I do 144 divided by 8, that's 18. Everything just needs to be moved down by 1. That's the problem. This won't show up in the end game, but what's going to happen is yeah, right. You know what it is? You didn't see it before because it was because I never had these numbers. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to copy the numbers and put them on the bottom row, and that should fix the problem. All right. Whew. For a second there, I was like, what the hell is going on? But now we won't see this stuff. Hopefully we won't see this stuff. Slow going in the random map generation department. I thought this would take me half a day to fix, and it's just dragging on and on. All right, there we go. So now this is working. Let's go back to the other problem that we were doing, which is trying to figure out why certain templates don't match up. What I want to make sure is that tile B if flag equals 0, make it 1. If it equals 0, make it 1. All right, so there was a typo that I just caught. Now let's rebuild the tile map and our templates. So template 1 So template 1's matrix should be 1, 2, 4. And I don't know why 3 is showing up. 3 shouldn't be an option. Let's take a look at how 3... So this is how it ends. We need to look at how 3 starts. So there's something wrong with the way that we're calculating 3. So we'll start with that one. So that one should be pretty easy to do. This is 1, 2. Hey, look, the numbers now make it a lot easier to figure out. Flags. So that should be template 3 should end with 1, 1. That's interesting. So okay, I was getting this impression there's something that's getting corrupted. But so I'm looking at it, the template should actually read the template should read 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 all the way to the end, which it is indexed in the beginning correctly. The end, though, it is not, because that's 1, 1, and it should end in a 1. So template C plus template size W minus 1. There we go. That's the problem, right? No, wait. There we go. That's the problem. The problem is that it was trying to set the lookup table on the start index at the end index. So that's why things are not matching up correctly. Or it just throws a fucking error. 121. 121. Why does it not like this idea? Oh, no, wait. No. That should be bar? All right, I lied. Template start IDs. Template end IDs, template end IDs, template end IDs. Why is this not calculating correctly? Let me get rid of this and see if that corrects. So what we're looking for is template 3 should end at a 1, but that's like a really weird. Yeah, because now everything is 0, 0. And we're getting an error of 52. I don't think it's counting enough tiles. Template size 14. There we go. Template 3 now ends in 1. All right, so the theory is that this should now actually work. Right there, 6 to 16. Why would 6, which ended here, go into 16? Why is 6 ending like that? So let's look for 6 real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 ends here, and 16 begins here. I need to actually take screenshots of this stuff. Oh, that was 7 to 10, 6 to 12, 15 to 12, 9, 4, 4, 2, 3. The fuck was that? 2, 3. What the hell's going on here? 7. 7 to 10. Something's like really screwed up here. 6 to 16. 6. $16. Well, all right, so that matches there. 6 to 16. What did 16 look like? $16, but the end of 6 didn't look right. Ah, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I see the problem. The problem is that it's overlapping, and it's not drawing the row or the column at the right position in the map. So it is matching things up correctly, but 6 and 16 should work together. But if we take a look here, we can even see it. Look at how much the 16 and 13 are cutting each other off. It was right. 16 should go to 13. All right, so the logic is right. Now what I got to look into is the buffer. Excuse me, the buffer and where the buffer is drawing the tiles at. All right, I'm going to remove all of these print statements. Let's do this. As a backup, all right, so next, if it isn't null, we will set the next template ID to this and pull this out, and then we'll return the next template ID. Okay, so next option. All right, we can get rid of this for debugging, and we can get rid of this. We can get rid of this and my notes. I'm fairly confident now that this is working correctly. What I just need to fix now is where it's drawing the tile map to. Oh, 53. Oh, should shut the fuck up. Every time I say like, oh, I know this is gonna work, then I say something and it just completely like craps out on me. Find next template. If next templates doesn't equal nil, all right, template 3 is just fucked. Template 3 isn't rendering anything. Now, why is that? Template... Oh, cool. Look, hey, I lost all of template 3. That was my fault. that's not right at all. There, and let's just do the eraser here. Oh, that's interesting. There's going to be a place, there's going to be situations where this needs to be moved over by 1. Yeah, that's what it is. Or by more. There we go. I have to just be very careful that the pattern always stays the same too. I'm going to do a lot of trouble to make this automated system work, but it's not very automated. All right, so all right, I think this is good now. Let's make sure that I haven't deleted any other tiles accidentally. Everything has a floor, everything has a tile. Let's save our tile map. And now what we just got to figure out is why these things are overlapping with these. So 12, 12, 14. All right, so let's look at, let's do this. Now what we need to start looking at is this piece of logic right here, which is the update the buffer. Let's print all right, so buffer starts at 2, 1, 1. What it should be is, I think this should be 0, -1. If total is greater than 0, then end. I think I'm still drawing it, even if it's not a loop. Nope. It's better. It needs to be pushed over by 1 more value. Everything is even now. Or not. Let's try seal instead of floor. Nope. Strange, like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. To 16, 16 to 10. Why did 16 to 10 not work? (16 to 10). That should have been buffer 1. what we should do is print new column. And then we'll just get the total to make sure that we're printing it out correctly. All right, rerun this. What I want to check is 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 40, 41, 42. What we should see is it should always increment smoothly. So let's see, as soon as we see an overlap at 12, 67, 5, 4, 3, 21, 22, 23, 30, 31, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. All right, so that's correct. The other place where this could be wrong is copy tile data in here. And what we want to do is calculate this with print template. Let's see what this is starting out at. And what I want to do is I need to print out find next template. Print next template. All right, so we'll have the next template, and then we'll just keep tracing out and see where it's breaking down. So 2 to 6. So when we say new column, new template. Whoops. Too much crap. I can't read. I can't see the signal to the noise. Let's get rid of this. Scroll source. I think this needs to go down here. One, 3, 5, 15, 10, 10 to 3. Template 10. All right, here it overlapped. So let's see if there's a gap somewhere. Yep, right here. So this is column 59. And it went from, no, 59, sorry, whoa, wow, my dyslexia just like kicked in like full speed ahead. 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 104, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, the other thing we need to do is let's copy out 15 into 10. And let's make sure that these guys all have the same number of columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Why can't this add correctly? Something is really off with my math and how I calculate the gap between the two templates. It's like that one was like really short. 13 to 13. Like, look at this. This did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And the width should be 21. So what I'm not understanding is maybe I'm not calculating the modulus correctly. Template size width. Template size width is 20. And the current source thing. I mean, we can just do, let's just do a basic local column counter equals 0. And every time we draw a new column, and then we do if column counter is greater than the width, then column counter equals 0, and we'll restart this. Let's see. So if you're just tuning in, I'm just trying to fix some bugs in this tile map. And let's see, if it's greater than or equal to this width, we need to restart rendering. So new template 2, 6, 11. Well, that works better. 5, 12. There we go. Maybe the modulus was throwing it off for some weird reason. 11, 2, 6, 16, 9. All right, cool. So now I'm not getting any overlap problems. So fine. I don't know why modulus would have been giving me so much problems. Now what we just need to look for is just let this thing run and look for any uneven seams. But it looks like, all right, so I think it fixed, every time I fucking say this, it like backfires on me. I think I fixed the error. So now you can draw your own templates as long as you define the position of the template, then you should be good to go for, oh my God, what's up with my dog? He sits on a chair downstairs and he barks at other dogs that go by the window. All right. 14. I'm not seeing any like weird, like of course, like the first time I did it, I saw like I saw something like the seam was off, but this seems good. I'm about to go downstairs and like tell the dog to stop doing stupid shit. What was that first one? Why is that first one so messed up? All right, that's where I saw it. The first example gets broken, but then after that, everything seems to be fine. So that we can sort of fix. I think the reason behind that is because is that now that I moved this down, it doesn't know how to reset itself correctly. So let me see I'm gonna try to move this back up to the top. What we want to do is see like if it's a new column, pick a new template, and that'll get the first instance going. Nope, still broken. Good job, Jesse. Why is the first one broken? Strange that didn't make any difference, huh? Find next template. Next template, current. Current template equals 0. All right, let's find next template ID. We got to get this to the point of where it works without, where it works on its own correctly from the beginning. New column, we don't need this anymore. This is correct. Increase the column for the number of the next loop. So what we want to do is current column Where else do we reset current column anywhere? Copy data, current column, sure. Current column +1, fine. All right. I'm just looking through and just seeing if there's any ways I could simplify this. Eight, 11. All right, so it seems like the bug that we have right now is to try to figure out why the first template doesn't draw correctly. And I don't know if that's because source offset 0.16. Where's the first template? 0.18. There we go. That's all it was. All right, what I want to do is all right, that should fix it right now. All right, that's like a hacky sort of way, but there we go. 1, 8, 16, 16. All right, it's looking good. I think there's a lot more things that I could do to make this more modular, but right now I'm not going to worry too much about it. I think this is looking pretty good. It works. It's a lot better than having to do all this crap by hand. So like now if I created a new template and I threw it into the mix, it'll automatically analyze either the ends and then decide how to stitch it back together. All right, finally, we're done. Let's see, I have to end at 11. It's 10:28. Do we have time to start something else or do we end the stream? I think I might just end the stream. I think the only other thing I would do now, I gotta look at what tomorrow is. What does my schedule look like tomorrow? I don't really have anything tomorrow until 1. All right, that works. So I think, all right, so tomorrow what I'll do is I'll get the animation library stuff working again. That one should work. Hey, welcome, Alone Wolf. Came in just at the end of the stream. Tomorrow I'll do the animation system. And then once I get the animation system done, then I got to start dealing with the more complicated stuff. The collision manager is where there's a really big problem. But I wanted to, before we go, let's just test this out. So if we go really fast, let's make sure that this still looks seamless. Because the problem was before, the reason that I spent so much time on that logic to calculate what column to draw is because the faster you go, you might, instead of, it's not always consistently showing one new column at a time. I need to copy bigger chunks the faster you go. So if we set this to 400, we're going to be going from copying 2 columns now to like 4 columns, right? Assuming it like grew exponentially per frame. So yeah, I mean, not like I could see, but it looks good. Sure, right? Right, why not? I mean, I'm not seeing anything like super like out of order. Like if I'm looking at like the top of the border, and I'm seeing it looks consistent all the way through. Like there's a definite like visual pattern. So all right, and then if we went down to 4, which is the slowest, it's going to crawl. But while it crawls, it should be fine. All right, so I think the tile map stuff is done. What I might do at some point is turn this into, I got to turn this into a tutorial. The whole goal is I'm taking my Ludum Dare game, I'm ripping it apart, I'm rebuilding it so it works. But then I also want to write tutorials about what how to rebuild the game. So all right, cool. Anyways, this is where we are. I think we're done. I'm gonna end the stream. I like what we've done today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'll have more time tomorrow morning to really go through the whole like animation. What I'll do is the animation system and the spawning, and that'll get like maps that actually look correct. And then we can. I want to take some more time to redo the physics at another point. So I'm going to be gone next week, and I guess when I come back, I'll redo the physics. So cool. All right, thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.